I was just going through my mail. I don't think I can take this girl up on this. This might be going too far.
What? Finally, somebody's gone over the limit?
Because my wife's getting more and more uptight. She was yelling at me yesterday. She said the show was too sexual, and I just said, I don't want to hear about it. You know, I was just like, what?
So she gets so angry she won't even call in.
Yeah, like I got home and she goes, I'm mad. The show was very sexual. I go, Allison, it's no more sexual than it ever was. Turn off your radio.
Well, you should have taken Fred. Fred would agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, she was just yelling at me. And I was just like, you know, what am I, a little boy? She doesn't want me having computer sex. She doesn't want me having any fun.
Did she say something about computer sex?
I said, honey, it's people typing back and forth to one another.
And you play it with her.
Yeah, so what? What does she care?
But you told her you didn't do that.
Yeah, so I don't. I told her I don't do that. I really don't.
I was, you know, that flashed through my mind yesterday. What in the world do you say to Allison after a show like yesterday where you're talking about how you spent the weekend having cyber sex?
Yeah, but, you know, she's got to get over it. You know, I mean, I'm with the woman 20 years.
I'm shocked that something happened because it did cross my mind. And I said, oh, he'd probably come up and say, you know, Allison, I really didn't do all that stuff. It's
exactly.
You know, stuff I make up for the radio.
Exactly. You know, you could be married to Allison.
Is she jealous of the cyber sex thing or just the fact that you're locked in the basement?
I don't know what she's mad at, but she was mad at me yesterday, and I couldn't take it. I just said, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. This is me. This is who you married. She claims this isn't who she married. She thinks I'm somebody different.
I know. Women often say that.
Yeah.
No, I married someone else.
No, this is who you married. The demons have always been locked inside. This is the package.
This is what was being hidden.
Yeah. I don't even know what she does all day. See, she's lucky. She's not on the radio. I said, you know, Allison, I think for the next 20 years in our marriage, you should be on the radio, and I'm going to sit home with the Yentas.
Find out what she does.
Yeah. 2 of my kids are in school all day, and the rest of the day she leaves the little one with the housekeeper. I don't see her. I just know she's out. I don't know what she's doing. I don't comment on it. I don't get to comment on it. I don't know anything what's going on. I'm doing a radio show. She could be humping a whole one of those
garden.
She could be humping a platoon over at the Army Navy base.
She could have the whole landscaping.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what she's doing.
She's out by the pool enticing them right now.
I'm here trying to get people to laugh. I said, you try it. You do it. You know, you're a funny gal. You're hysterical right now.
Yeah, I don't know why she spared us that.
It's time you unleash your humor on the world. You could sit there every month waiting for Tom Chiasano to tell you the ratings. Okay? Why don't you do that? We'll see what you come up with. You don't like my... Obviously...
So you didn't talk to her about it at all? You didn't even find out what the objection was?
No, I don't want to know. I said, obviously, you have an idea for a program, and you seem to know what's funny, so why don't you do it? I'm willing to sit home.
Write down some topics for
me. Tell her to write some material for me. I'm here 5 hours a day, every day, 5 days a week, coming up with material. Maybe I'm not that good at it.
Next thing you know, she'll be Allison Sirianni Martin.
Yeah. Well, I said I threw that in. I said, you sound like Jackie's wife now. Sitting there and commenting on everything. She goes, I had to turn off the radio. I said, well, so that's the best thing you could have done. If you don't like what you're listening to, turn it off. That's your right as an American. Yeah. I'd like to call her up right now, put her on the air at 6 o'clock in the morning.
See what she has to say.
Yeah, see if she's funny. So
now,
you go be funny.
You can't complain. You got to entertain people.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. Don't say anything negative. Don't say anything that'll offend anyone, and you be funny, okay? Jesus Christ. It's great. Everybody's got something, like some comment.
It did flash through my head, and I just figured out your response right away. But you didn't even deal with it, huh?
I threw her out of the room. So get out of the room. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you again.
So how was the rest of the day?
Fine. She got over it.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, she's wrong. She hasn't caught on yet. I'm doing a show. She hasn't caught on. She's the only one. I said, you know, I've managed to get all the general managers and program directors off my ass. I only got one person that I seem to have to answer to, and that's you. I said, you're my critic now. I come home, and I get a review of the show.
It never ends.
Yeah. So she said to me, what was Ron Zimmerman doing on the show? I said, Allison, don't listen.
She didn't like Ron?
No, she liked him very much. She wanted to know how he got there. I said, I don't know. He somehow appeared. I don't want to talk about it.
Somebody else get on the show.
Right. Same way Fred got on the show. He walked in one day and he never left.
How Fred got on the show. Why did you ask that question?
I've been trying to figure that out. Oh, I know.
There's a deep, dark secret.
Yeah. If I don't know how you got here, I don't think you deserve to be here. I can't tell people how you got here. So I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's like, it was really like a bummer day. I just had to get the hell out of the house.
Where'd you go?
I walked around a little bit. Went outside for a walk. Got a little air.
Oh, well.
Tried to ride my bike. Did that for about 40 minutes, and my ankle's throbbing.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's great.
There's no place to turn.
No.
There's no comfort for you anywhere.
No place to go, no place to be.
So, you know, that was the first question I was going to ask. Did you go back to your little chat room to find a girl, to pick up a girl last night?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't going to be dissuaded. I was on chat last night. I spoke to Rubber Baby, as a matter of fact, who was in here.
Is that right? Did you two have sex?
No. Please, I saw her. That ruined it. No more sex.
No more
sex. She goes,
sex.
aren't we going to have sex? I said, I think you've had enough sex.
Go to the other
Go exercise.
50 men you're working on.
Right, yeah.
They haven't seen you.
Right.
It's going to slow you down for the next one, too.
Yeah. And you know, my ankle's been hurting me. 2 days in a row, Gary has kicked me in my ankle. He's such a klutz.
He's passive aggressive.
He is. I go, what, do you hate me? Like, he's kicked me in the ankle.
And then he gets mad at me.
Yeah. And he got mad at Jackie. He goes,
how did Jackie get in?
Yeah, then he yells at Jackie.
No. What happened, first of all, let the audience know that to say I kicked you in the ankle sounds like I wound up and took a shot at you.
No, you tripped over my ankle.
I tripped over your ankle.
Yeah, but he kicked
Howard's got long legs, and it was my fault, completely my fault. So the reason I got angry,
my fault was I had long legs.
The reason I got angry,
cut those off.
The reason I got angry at Jackie was because I kicked Howard, and Howard like winced, and he was really in pain, and I felt terrible.
And
so Jackie goes, Gary can't do anything right. So
I said, poor Gary's been running around trying to do everything right for so long, and then he stomps on Howard's bad ankle, and I giggled.
Yeah, you know what, Jackie, though? Gary's right. We don't need color play-by-play commentary.
I don't need it without a microphone.
Yeah, right.
If you're going to get me hit, at least it's worth
This
something.
show ends and starts again in the back room, and I listened to it from you guys for an hour back there.
What's funny is,
tell me I can't do my commentary.
When I'm in the middle of pain, I mean, if you were kicked in the I wouldn't sit there and go, hey, guess what?
Gary can't do anything.
And then you know what? Gary can't do a lot of things right.
Your pain is my leg.
But Jackie Red was like, he's been trying so hard to do everything right. No, he did something wrong.
Look at that.
That's such a...
It's a knife in the back.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
Well, you know what it reminds me of?
Far be it from this show to do that.
Oh,
it
come
reminds me of your mother on those tapes.
Yeah.
Your father screams at you, and your mother goes, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with me? I'm not doing anything. My father's yelling like a maniac.
So Jackie's Gary's mother.
Yeah.
What's
wrong with you?
It was so funny because you were sitting there. It's not like we had just changed positions. You had been sitting there
like an anchor
with your legs sticking out
because
for like
my ankle was
45
hurt.
minutes, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden you just got up and and it was
right into
funny.
my ankle.
I'm sorry you got hurt, but it was pretty funny.
It was funny.
It looked like
I wasn't.
And then day two, Gary just does it again.
Oh, geez.
And it's so obvious because my ankle, like I keep my legs sticking straight out because I'm trying to rest my ankle.
Yeah.
He had his ankle. He had his foot up on the desk.
Right.
And I think I don't think I
kick it.
I don't think I kicked it. Did I kick it or smash it?
No, you kicked it. You kicked it. I brought it down
It's
for a
up
second.
on the... Oh, it was down.
Yeah, I'm trying to elevate it. I don't know.
I don't know how he would kick it up on the desk.
Only fa a week.
Wait a second. Didn't you say yesterday? Didn't you tell Jackie you were thinking about stopping by his house that your ankle's all better? And
No. I said when it's all better, I'd like to do that. If I ever get better, I said. And then you kicked my ankle. I said, but it's feeling a little better. And then all of a sudden, Gary kicks it.
Listen, I feel terrible about it.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So from now on, after the show, I'm going to meet with Gary on the phone. I don't want to see him, I'm going to tie a golf flag to my ankle. Maybe he'll notice it.
Put a cone around
it. And it's so obvious that, because my leg is in this weird position, it's so obvious that...
you have to walk around it.
Yeah.
You can't just walk straight.
Gary gets completely flustered by the new situation.
You have to have a traffic person there to guard.
And I know he's sitting there the whole time. He's going, I can't kick Boss's ankle. I can't kick Boss's ankle. It's in the middle of the floor. It's so obvious that Boss's ankle hurts. Oops. I kicked Boss's ankle.
I got the solution.
You know what it is? You get so...
Today we meet, you have that big boardroom table?
Yeah.
Today we meet on opposite ends of the table.
I don't think it'll help.
Yeah, because you just have a running start when you
Yeah, right. I'd rather you be closer to me. Anyway, I got to take a break. So that was my day yesterday. Gary kicking me in the ankle for the second time, and then my wife yelling at me at home.
Did she yell at you as soon as you walked through?
Yeah. She had a puss on. And I was just like, what is this?
Welcome home.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the hell I was in trouble for. Like, oh boy, what did I do now?
She better watch that.
Yeah.
I heard someone, I was watching some stupid movie yesterday, and it was the typical scenario. The wife who knows you constantly tearing you down.
Oh, my
and,
God.
The young girl's going, oh, you're incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I go from adoration to like some woman yelling at me.
All of a sudden you start to weigh.
Yeah, you go, okay, so I got to give him 50% of everything. It's not worth it. I won't get yelled at.
You have a young chippy. Maybe a bunch.
Make you happy. I'm going home looking for some fun. It's work when I get home.
Yeah, she better start saying what they say.
Yeah, I know. I don't hear that enough.
Oh, the show was so... Howard, you're genius.
I do need a little of that. I mean, I really do.
Everybody does.
I mean, I'm sick of, going home and getting yelled at for something I did on the radio.
Well, it's a syndrome people get into and they're not even aware of.
I know. Well, she's into it.
Maybe you should have taken this movie home. It was with Andy Griffith, as a matter of fact.
Do me a favor. Why don't you call her and tell her about the movie?
Leap into your arms.
Yeah, I need Demi Moore type raping me in the back office.
Hey, baby, I get so hot for you listening to you today.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, you my
come
funny man.
right here.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't like your show's too sexual. Huh? Well, give me a little sex. Maybe I won't be so damn
Well,
sick.
you said that the other day. That was a tip-off. You didn't even have to do your thing the night you and she got it on in the middle of the week.
That's right. Make me a nice Rob Roy and shut up. There you go.
Make sure the glass is iced to perfection.
Yeah, learn how to instigate.
And go for it.
Yeah. My old man was making $20,000 a year. My mother was waiting on him with Rob Roy's when he walked in the door. Yeah. I've yet to see one Rob Roy. Women don't know how good they have it until their man gets fed up.
Well, I would like to warn her.
Yeah. So let's see her find another sucker that even listens to what the hell she has to say.
That she could be blowing it.
Yeah. Big time. Thank you, Robin. Never know which end of the stick you're going to fall on.
It was just that I saw that movie yesterday.
Right.
Blows with the wind.
Thank you.
When you walk in the house, is it, do you know the second you walk in that you're in trouble?
No, I didn't think I was in trouble. I was sitting at my desk. I was already plunged into working. I was on the phone.
Well, you know what's really horrible is if you don't even remember what happened on the show that day.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you're sitting there and you're broadside.
I'm not even thinking about this. I mean, I forgot about it already, and then all of a sudden, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah, right.
She goes right up to you and says, I'm not talking to you?
She's got to announce. You have to be talking to her, but she's got to...
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you in the first place.
You could have gone till 8 o'clock and you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, right. I'm just like, what did I do? I'm just trying to get through the day, and I'm trying to do a funny, entertaining program, and I'm just trying to get home so I can relax.
But do you ever not know what,
I had no idea. I don't even remember what we do on the show each day.
So if a few different things happen, you have to say, well, which thing
is it?
Yeah, I was saying, and I don't like to say that because then I think, well, maybe there's something that you don't know about.
Right, yeah, you don't know which one it is. Maybe you'll mention the one she hadn't even heard.
Right. Yeah. Weird. Because I finally got Tom Chiasano off my ass and all these program directors off my ass. Pretty much I don't have to deal with anybody critiquing the show for the day. Mm-hmm. Which is good. Puts me in a better frame of mind. And I don't want to get critiqued at home. That's the worst place to get critiqued. I've had enough of a radio day.
That's supposed to be your haven.
Yeah, I've had a full day of this crap. I don't know how to explain it to anyone, but it's enough already. I get home, I don't want to be caught up in that show and explaining it and everything else. All I have to do is get through Ronnie, the limo driver, him not saying anything, and then my wife. He always has a little comment.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He's got to give you his postmortem.
Yeah. I didn't like that guy who was there.
Oh.
I didn't think that was good. Thanks.
It always amazes me, people's comments on the show, because even if they like something, there's always a but.
Yeah, there's always something going on. All right, I got to take a break. I know I'm going to get yelled at for even saying...
I know. You mentioned it.
Now my wife's going to yell at me for just mentioning that she was mad at me yesterday. Now I got to get yelled at for that, so I never win.
She's not up this early, though, is she?
She could be. She sometimes is up. You know what? She ought to run away with Ronnie the limo driver. The two of them could discuss the show together. Wouldn't that be great? She married him.
I didn't like that thing he did.
What?
I didn't like that thing he did. Neither did I.
They could have their own
Right.
little cut.
Yeah, they could have their own club. They could sit and talk about the show. Me, I'll just, I'll be smiling.
Don't you think if you and your wife ever got divorced, she'd have to move to a market that you're not in?
I don't know.
I mean, wouldn't it be too difficult to listen to you every day?
Well, I think the idea is not to listen to. You know what? I tell you something. If I leave radio in September, I don't think I'm ever turning the radio on again. I don't even know why people listen to the radio.
Yeah, but with you,
I never listen to it.
But with you, it's different because you don't have to listen to you to know what you said. People are always going, "Oh,
you're a brilliant guy, Gary." Did I ever tell you that?
What? Wait a minute. What did he say?
I said,
I don't know.
You don't have to listen.
People don't have to listen to Howard to know what he said because everybody tells you.
Huh?
You know exactly what I mean. You don't have to listen to the Howard Stern show to know what he said because people are always going around telling you.
But who's listening?
Did you hear what Howard said? Did you hear what Howard said? Talking about Allison.
All right.
See, Jackie does it again.
Just kick my ankle instead. I love when he goes, do you think that Allison would have to move if you two ever broke up?
Makes no sense, and then yells at me because I think it's funny.
Makes total sense.
In your mind.
Yeah, at least you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know that lots of people know what I'm talking about.
All right.
You're like the Einstein of your own thoughts.
Yeah, I'm the genius of my own thoughts.
I'm the genius of me, Robin.
All right. All right, very good. I got to take a little break.
I can't do it. I'm too stupid.
Gary gets mad at Jackie for laughing.
It's just so hard.
I know.
It's left. It cuts right through you.
He's having too much fun.
It's too much
Right,
fun.
right. He's enjoying laughing at you.
Because he enjoys laughing at me.
Oh, if only you could laugh at yourself the way you laugh at me. If only you could laugh at yourself the way you laugh at me.
Why don't you explain that one?
Plain and simple. When we start cracking jokes on you, there's no laugh.
Right.
The human laugh track stops when we start talking about Jackie
Must not be that funny.
and his wife's businesses.
What? Did you get yelled at yesterday, Jackie?
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
No.
I thought that you were.
It was promotion.
I thought you were.
Spinning Plates is now on the map. Giuliani was thrilled.
Oh, so it went that way.
It could have gone.
Yeah, right.
He didn't know which way it was going until he got there.
Pendulum,
I'm in the middle of goofing on Jackie's wife, with Jackie's wife on the air yesterday, and I'm talking to her, and I'm goofing on her, and then she all of a sudden, in the middle of it, and I'm pretty relentless. Mm-hmm. She goes, "Gee, Jackie, thanks a lot for sticking up for me." And I go,
"Thanks for all the support."
Yeah, and all of a sudden I go, "Uh-oh, poor Jackie. He's going to get yelled at for everything I said." But you didn't get yelled at yesterday.
Oh, but that could happen anytime.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You saved him by turning off his mic.
Yeah.
Hey, she likes talking to you on the air. Once she gets to put her 2 cents in on the air, then she's fine.
You know what I do with your wife? I goof on her for 10 minutes, compliment her on her cans every 10 minutes. Like throw it in for a minute, and then she gets all excited. And
it's
then,
like erasing everything you just said.
Yeah, right. Insult,
and then compliment.
Insult.
And it balances the thing.
Yeah, right.
9-to-1 ratio.
Doesn't matter.
All right, let me take a break. And
to save Jackie.
Yeah. Let me take a break, and then we'll get to the phones and stuff right after this.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle.
641 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 645 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern all morning. Pure rock all day. Yeah. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right.
Here's Howard.
Hey, thanks. My wife's on the phone.
Oh.
I thought you'd be sleeping, Angel.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you'd be listening.
That's the alarm.
Gary was just telling me how his wife gets mad at him.
Oh, yeah?
I was wondering if she ever did.
Yeah, but over the stupidest things like you do.
Oh.
Like Gary said he goes home sometimes and his wife is just like mad at him.
And he doesn't know it.
Yeah, and then he looks at her and she's not talking to him. What's that all about?
She's giving me like silent treatment. Or she's giving, not the silent treatment, she's giving me yet no answers. Hey, how'd everything go today? All right.
Yeah, that's what Allison does.
And then, so then of course you go through your little folder.
Yeah.
I say to myself, what did I talk about today? And then I sort of I think I know it.
Yeah,
Well,
but you don't want to bring it up.
I'm not going to bring it up.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you just say, now what is wrong with you?
Wait a second.
Well, I talked to my wife yesterday.
No, that's what I
Yesterday, I
do.
said to my wife, have you gone mental? Let Robin talk to you.
No,
Tell her Robin wants to tell you about a movie she saw. Did you hear that whole rap?
No.
Well, I was saying I was watching this movie yesterday, and there was a guy who got pretty famous. He was, he started out nothing.
Right.
And he worked his way up to being a big star. And he had this woman with him the whole way. And all she ever did was, pick out his bad points and criticize him and tell him, he wasn't all that great. Meanwhile, there's Lee Remick in a majorette outfit throwing up batons with fire on either end.
Falling in love with him.
Falling in love with him.
And tell him how great he is.
And tell him he's the greatest thing since sliced pie or something.
I want to come home and just,
Well, that has nothing to do.
He wound up with Lee Remick because she found him to be incredible.
Yeah. I want a woman who finds me incredible.
Howard, that has nothing to do with us. First of all, I don't need a public arena for every discussion I have with you.
Yeah, I told you. Now I'm already in trouble because I'm going to get yelled at today. I get yelled at every day now.
And I just thought you sounded absolutely disgusting and repulsive yesterday.
Yeah, well, so
and
what?
Perverted.
Yeah, but I don't think so. Listen, Allison, I've told you all along, I'm ready to retire. I want you to come in and take over the radio show.
And Howard,
write the material for the show.
I need to be able to discuss things with you. And I resent that you're putting a stop to it.
You can discuss anything with me.
Right, fine. That's all I need.
You can discuss anything with me.
Fine.
But I gotta come home and get yelled at every day.
No, you're missing the whole point. I was having a discussion with you.
No, you weren't. You were pissed off when I walked. When you walked in, I saw the puss on the face. The puss greeted me. I call it the puss.
Well, that's too bad that you call it that.
She gives me the puss.
No.
Well.
You know it well, right? Yeah, it was the puss, and it was like, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm mad.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you mad about?
Well, you were disgusting yesterday. Absolutely disgusting.
Well, then, Allison, you're not quite being honest when you say you weren't angry and you wanted to just have a discussion.
Of course not. She's not being honest. She's not telling you the truth. She was pissed off.
I was upset with him, and I wanted to be able to discuss it with him. And it's not.
I don't want to discuss the show when I get home. This is the stuff I think is funny.
Well, I'm sorry.
And what was so disgusting about the show yesterday?
Oh, don't ask.
Oh,
really? What was so disgusting? What was going on that was disgusting?
If this were me and I walked in the door, I would say to myself, "Gee, is she mad about the girl from Prodigy?"
I don't want. But the point is, I know, but I don't want to be critiqued.
Well, too bad.
But I don't want to guess what my wife's mad at. Why should she be mad at anything? I said to her, I'm not cheating on you. I'm in love with you. Just greet me. Let's have some fun, for Christ's sake.
Well, you sounded so perverted that I was repulsed.
Did she tell you what it was in particular?
Who knows? Sorry. I know she didn't. I think the girl from the computer said.
It was both. It was
Prodigy
both.
girl.
It was both. It was.
So you didn't turn off the
No, I
show
did.
right away.
I don't know what you do all day. I have no clue what you do all day. I don't critique anybody's day.
Whatever it is, it's near a radio.
Yeah, I know.
No, I turned it right
Whatever
off.
she does, she has a radio nearby.
I turned it right off.
Jackie, you just unplugged my monitor.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not to confuse the situation.
But yesterday was one of those shows, Howard, where I'm sure Allison heard the first thing.
I don't even care.
I just said,
you know what? You know why? Because
over.
I know my heart is pure, like Michael Jackson says. I know my heart is pure.
It's
I know.
all moral.
And I know.
Use his argument.
Yeah, it's all moral.
It's not in my heart.
I don't have any bad to do. So I just, I'm on here 5 hours a day trying to be funny and trying to do my job and trying to be the best entertainer I can be.
Well, I want to be able to have a discussion with you.
No, forget the discussion.
No.
I don't want to have discussion.
Well, I don't care.
Well, how about if I don't want to have discussions?
Well, I don't want to be censored.
You got to lighten up, though. You really got to lighten up.
Oh, yeah, like I don't lighten up.
You don't?
Yeah, well,
I come in. My mother used to yell at me less.
Well, I think I'm pretty open and into this show.
Well, why do you have to be into it? Why can't you be like Bob Pittman's wife and not be into whatever he does? She goes mountain climbing.
Well,
I don't need a wife that's into the show. You never were into the show. She never was into the show.
She should be in the Amazon.
I was always into the show. What are you talking about?
I mean,
studying the rainforest.
I want you to listen to who's on in the morning. I'm going to pick out an appropriate show for you.
Well, if this Z100 would play more music.
The Zoo. Yeah, listen to Z100.
I would like to.
Listen to those wimps.
Listen to Light FM.
Light FM plays tons of music.
No talk.
Well,
or Q104 plays rock music in the morning. Listen to them.
Okay, goodbye.
You don't have to go change the station right now. You could wait a few minutes. All I know is I've made an offer to my wife that she could take over the show for a morning and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, be a barrel of laughs by 6. And she can do whatever she wants. She can have guys in here. She can look at their penises and comment on the size of them. I don't care whatever material she deems appropriate. Or I've made even a better offer.
What's that?
Every night, leave me a list of things that are funny to do on the radio because she has yet to write a bit, and I'll do them. I mean, I've made the mistake of doing what I think is funny and good. I'm down there racking my brains every day. I'm getting tired of it.
Oh.
My life is in ruins.
I want to be able to talk to you, period. That's what I want.
Oh, that's isn't that a pleasant attitude to come home to?
Not for me.
It doesn't have anything to do with what I saw yesterday.
No. Yeah, that movie you saw it bears no relevance on this situation.
I don't think so. I think
Al,
you should
you don't. Well, why don't you tell me once in a while?
Oh, I say it all the time.
No, you don't.
Do you believe what he says on the radio about my relationship with him?
No, I say we have a great relationship. You're the one on the air bitching about it.
Well, then what Robin's saying has absolutely no relevance to our relationship.
It has tons of relevance. You should hear yourself. I'm a great guy. All you do is complain.
I don't. That's the point.
Sounds like it to me. I'm a great guy. You've got the greatest husband in the world.
Okay.
And she really does.
I know.
And she knows it.
I don't complain.
And you never used to care if what I did on the radio. Now all of a sudden everything's become. You sound like Nancy Martling.
No,
and that's the word. Because if I was married to Nancy Martling, I got news for you. I'd bail.
You'd be Jackie.
Form another company or something. Jackie's wife is busy forming companies.
Howard, we've had this discussion for years.
No, we haven't.
Yeah,
Al.
we have.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have.
I don't recall it.
Well, I do.
No, I don't like it.
What discussion?
Well, I have
about my show, about what I do right and what I do wrong.
I have a photo shoot today.
I know. I'm doing a photo shoot with my wife.
Oh.
I'm working on something, and she's helped me out. and that's another thing. Like, I try to involve my wife, and she's hard to get.
You can't get her.
Yeah. Like, I go, okay, honey. She goes, what can I do? What can I do to help? I said, okay, I need you for a photo shoot.
Well,
I can't do that photo shoot.
What time? When is it?
What is it? I go, you know what? Take care of it. Just be there.
I have a...
I've got to now hook her up with the proper people. Just, chip in and help.
It's a little...
Help me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm drowning.
I told you these 2 weeks with the kids was very...
Allison, whatever week I ask for help is always a bad week.
Okay. Well, I'm doing it, Howard. Okay, goodbye.
Wait a second. Now, you see, again, you're mad.
I'm annoyed with you.
Listen to this.
You turn everything around.
No, I don't.
Like you're the only one that exists in life.
I am the only one that exists in life.
I need to be able to have discussions with you if things bother me. And I can't censor if things bother me or not. I can't.
Jackie, get the gun.
I'll get the gun.
Yeah, just shoot me.
I'll get the gun, Howard.
You want me to live in a hotel? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
I'm not sure what you're telling me.
I'm not telling you anything other than...
It sounds to me like I'm a bad husband.
No.
It sounds to me like you're saying I'm a rotten husband.
No, I'm saying what's the big deal having a discussion if I get upset about something?
Because I don't like the topic.
Well, too bad. You cannot...
Oh, you mean I'm not allowed to... you mean you're allowed to talk freely, and I'm not allowed to stop you?
That's right.
I'm not allowed to argue back.
You can argue back. I don't like it, but you can argue back. And then you mellow it out.
No, I didn't mellow out.
Oh, yes, you did.
You mellowed out.
No, you mellowed out. You totally...
You mellowed out.
All right, goodbye. I have to go.
No. You're not going to hang up angry. We've never been angry at one another, really.
We're not angry. Goodbye. I got to go.
Uh-oh.
I got to go.
I'm leaving radio because of my wife, by the way. That's what's doing it.
I see.
You can blame her.
Okay.
I can't take it.
Now I'll know who to tell people to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Goodbye. I got to go. I have to hang up. Say goodbye to me.
I'm not saying goodbye. She loves me. She never can tell me she loves me.
I can't. What are you talking about?
Do you love me?
I adore you.
No, you don't. I think you think about other guys.
I do, of course.
She does. Listen to those noises. They're better than Jackie's noises.
Thanks.
All right, Allison.
Goodbye.
I'll see you later. That's my sweetheart.
Betrothed.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a mess.
That argument that if you worked in an office you wouldn't know what you were doing all day doesn't work, does it?
No. She's got to stay tuned and listen to what I'm doing.
She shouldn't go to work.
And now, because she complained, I don't want her to think that she had any effect on me. Gary, get me some girls in here to get naked and spanked for tomorrow.
So it has the opposite effect.
Yeah, it has the opposite effect on me because I refuse to be pussy
trying to
whipped.
point out that everything is going in the wrong direction when you take this line. You got to change your strategy because it's not working for you.
If she's upset by what I did yesterday, that implies that I'm not supposed to do it again.
And that means...
Because she told me, say you're sorry and then it's not going to happen anymore. And I said...
Oh, I thought you didn't have a discussion.
Yeah, no, I said, it's not... I'll tell you what's not going to happen again is this discussion.
Oh, boy.
You know what?
She never used to be like this.
She's only thinking of you as her husband. You're not a radio personality
No.
when you're on the air. You're her husband.
Yeah, this is her husband.
And everything you do is somehow a reflection on her.
Right, like Kevin Costner is the guy in the movie.
Right.
The Riddler, Jim Carrey, is the guy in the movie.
Right, and if he's with a girl in the movie, then he's cheating on his girlfriend.
Yeah, my wife even told me, I don't want you with any girls in the movie. I go, well, what kind of movie is that?
She likes to go see movies where there's love making.
Yeah.
Why can't you make the kind of movie she likes?
Because I'm her husband. I'm not the guy in the movie. It's just totally warped.
You often wonder, though, how those guys get their wives to go along with it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm at the point where I need a little air to breathe. You know what I mean? I need a little room. You can't lecture me every day and smother me. That's what I told her.
And then have you apologize for what you do for a living.
Yeah, I love her because of when we have fun, not because of when I get lectured. I feel less love when I get lectured. I feel more love when we're having fun.
And you just wonder what you're apologizing for, the big house, the car,
What is it exactly? What exactly are you complaining about? Your 37 nail appointments a week? Your 27 massages?
I apologize that you have your own masseuse.
Yeah, she's her own personal masseuse that flies in from Maryland.
Yeah. Oh, God, flying in?
Yeah, I fly her in. I mean, come on, man. What do you want from me?
Right now, she had to stop the argument.
Yeah.
She had to go.
Get an appointment.
She had to get her feet rubbed.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's on the gravy train. Everyone likes everything. Who's paying for it? Sucker.
Now. See, that's the wrong attitude to
The
take.
sucker pays.
You're not the sucker.
I am the sucker. I'm the idiot.
Guy.
See, this is what gets me crazy.
You're the most happy fella.
I'm not happy. I'm sitting there masturbating 37 times a week so I won't cheat. and I'm not a great guy. This is what I get.
Thanks.
But, you know what? I have just been alleviated from all guilt. Thank you. Allison, call me from the limo to complain. From the limo. This woman now takes limos everywhere.
She doesn't drive anymore.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Her brother needed to get to my house?
Yeah.
She sent Town Car Jack a limo. I said, Allison, I'm paying for a limo for your brother. Well, she goes, well, I can't go pick him up today. I'm busy. I go, well, couldn't the guy take a cab?
Have you ever heard of public?
I mean, what do I mean? Like, because I'm Howard Stern, I got to provide limo service for your brother?
You need the limo because you can't get around in public.
I use a limo. I use a limo to get to work and for a certain. I need it for convenience, and I'm willing to pay for it.
But why does your brother-in-law?
I mean, why does my brother need Town Car Jack at $75 an hour or whatever it is? I mean, you know, but I guess I'm a bad guy. Just the new car, the whole thing, you know? The whole thing I'm juggling.
It's wearing.
I'm a bad guy. I guess I'm a real horrible fiend.
She has irritations in her life.
Yeah. I'm the irritation.
Tell me I'm going to shut up.
No, you're 100% on the money. I could marry you in a minute. You're a woman who knows what I'm talking about. You need your room.
Then you'd have complaints.
No, I wouldn't. I tell you something. I have no complaints when it comes to you.
But I wouldn't be there, Howard. There'd be no song.
I don't want you.
There'd be nothing but service.
All I need is sex 3 to 4 or 5 times a week. Can you handle that? Make appointments like you get your massage. I'll be out of there in 10 minutes.
I don't know.
Yeah, my wife was upset because she couldn't hear the radio poolside, so now I'm putting speakers with rocks by the pool so that are filled in. Yeah.
It can't be.
Yeah, so she can hear the music.
It was inconvenient.
Yeah, it was inconvenient for her.
Little portable
She didn't like it.
So she can listen in stereo now.
Yeah.
Is she going to be underwater, too? So if she's
she
won't miss a beat.
for the once a year she gets her hair wet, yes.
Speakers in every room.
Yeah, everyone's coming down on me. I'm sick of everyone coming down on me. Working my ass off to the bone. I work weekends. I work during the week.
But you see, this is exactly where Andy Griffith was yesterday. He looked at the woman who was always complaining.
Yeah, what movie is this? I got to get this movie.
I don't know. I came in the middle of it. It was just...
This movie might help me. I'm not going to leave it around for my wife.
He's listening to her, watching her look down on him and say, you know, you're not really that great.
Yeah.
And there's the girl with the fire batons and the little skirt.
Lee Remick. Not a bad piece of ass in her
you
day.
You know what? I'm going with her.
Yeah.
I'm taking door number 2.
Yeah, I might end up with Ralph. I might go totally gay. Fantastic. I want to be your wife.
No complaints.
No complaints here.
We'll get wedding tattoos.
Oh.
And it wasn't that the other woman didn't love him. It was just that he got tired of the criticism.
I mean, I get criticized every day now. She thinks it's a discussion. I say it's criticism.
Yeah, you know.
I got a critique.
Works out that way.
I used to get this critique from Goff LaBar in Washington, D.C., my general manager. I didn't like when you did this. I didn't like when you did that. Why did you do that? And I said to give him a rationale of why I did stuff. Boy, I'm going to go home and be mad today. I'm giving the silent treatment. You know, I've never once given my wife the silent treatment.
Well, that seems to be a female thing.
Yeah, it is. Gary gets the silent treatment, and Jackie gets it, too.
Oh, surely Jackie gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, once in a while. Sure, once in a while.
If I'm lucky.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah, my wife's whole rap is that...
Yeah, and your wife has no reason to complain.
I want to know what she's angry about.
She doesn't like it when I talk about past sexual experiences, even though they took place before her.
Yeah, like
all of a sudden you have no history.
No,
Yeah.
but she feels that I talk about stuff that's embarrassing because...
You want to know the truth? It's exciting for these yentas to be involved in a hit show.
It's power.
It's power. They want to give their input. Your wife met you. You were talking about all these broads on the air. Never opened a yap
She married you with that history.
At least my
line all the time.
At least my wife married me when I was a loser. She could complain about me now.
But you guys must be flies on the wall because I always say, hey, this is the guy you married.
Yeah,
I didn't lie to you.
Yeah, it's not like you weren't doing this on the radio with me before.
And not only that, I mean, he actually did this stuff he's talking about.
Yeah, so now suddenly she has a criticism.
Like she got bummed out. This was like 2 weeks ago. Remember the day we talked about the boat ride?
Yeah.
And I talked about a couple of years ago I met some girl in the parking lot.
The one that threw up when you had sex.
Right.
No,
You took her home.
That was why she got really grossed out because John goes, the one that threw up? And I go, no, not that one. John goes, the one who went to the bathroom in the street? And I go, no, not that one.
You know, first of all, I could understand if you had married your wife 15 years ago and you just gotten into the radio business and, you know, and you were talking about that stuff for the first time.
Right.
She met you just a couple of years ago. You've been talking about this nonstop.
Gary we've been dealing with all this time, and the Gary she used to listen to on the radio before
Women
she
will ruin
married
you.
him.
Now all of a sudden, like, she's going to now have input into the show. Tell her to shut her yap.
Just what is the, what does this do to her?
She says it's embarrassing.
Yeah, to who? Well, is there a restaurant you can't get into now?
We can't join the yacht club.
Yeah, I mean, what yacht club has rejected you as a result of this? When did she become so proper? They all become proper.
She was always sort of like that.
Yeah.
Well, I always
she
knew
hasn't
that
changed.
You ought to
Gary
dump
was
her,
like,
man. It's clear to me. You ought to get a divorce while you just have only one kid.
He would drop little hints that Mary didn't appreciate lots of the show.
Yeah.
No, not lots of the show. Just the parts where I talk about sex.
The bimbos. That's one of her favorite words.
Every wife on the show thinks the same thing.
I tell you something. I tell you what. Why don't we have my wife come in one day, do the show. Your wife can produce.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
She come in. My wife will be the
anchor.
Right.
Jackie's wife can write.
Yeah, and Jackie's wife will be a writer.
Oh, she'll split those little notes up.
Right. Yeah. She can become a writer, and we'll see how funny the show is.
I'd love to see
and
that.
I guarantee within 3 minutes they resort to sex.
I'm not working that day.
Yeah. Everybody with the sex.
Fred can stay though.
I've told my wife a million times, you know when you have to worry? When you stop hearing sex on the air, because that's when it's going to be going on off the air.
That's what he's going to be doing.
That's when I'm going to be having an affair.
I'm sure if they did that show, they would say, let's get a bunch of naked guys up here, and then they'd have no ratings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, who wants to hear naked guys on the radio?
Women are always calling me going,
no,
how come guys are coming to get naked for Robin?
Yeah, because it's not interesting.
I don't want it either.
Right. Even if you did, we wouldn't do it.
I've had men up here before. It is just not interesting to me.
It's not interesting to me.
Not interesting to guys in cars.
Right. Hey, guess what? Robin had another really hot naked guy up there today.
No, I mean, whatever we do is what we do. I'm not into that. If a woman was sitting over here who was into that, she could have her own show.
Right.
But the point is, you guys do what you do. I do what I do.
Wow, you have a philosophy on everything. Wow. Very impressive.
Clifford speak.
I see
Nobody's making me not have men up here. I don't want them.
There you go. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Quivers.
What?
Quivers are so...
But they would get on this, they'd be Kathy Lee Giffords, all telling their little cute
yeah, my wife would be telling
stories.
you baby stories and showing you pictures.
Jackson's got a tooth.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to arrange that. The wives are going to do the show.
Jackson did the cutest thing the other day.
I'm letting Allison. Allison will pick a date. It'll probably be in about 2 months because no day will be good for her.
That's right, we have to work it out.
And I can't wait to see her bonking into walls from getting up at 4 in the morning to get ready for this.
Let her do one of our vacation days.
Yeah, fine.
That way there's no loss anyway.
Yeah, and have your wife produce, and have Nancy Sirianni off our rockers Martling come in here.
Spinning plates.
Spinning plates, Inc.
Have a lot of records ready.
Yeah. Let them do it. I mean, I got so many critics who know what to do. Let them do it. That's all I always say. I say, I'm more than, since you know so much.
And you know what, though? Let them do the show, like do best of or something, but make them take a lot of phone calls and let them
No,
listen.
no
let
best
them
of.
run their show.
4 hours of Allison Stern show.
But I'm saying after they start doing it, let the listeners tell them how bad they are.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it, is what I'm saying.
But I'm telling you, Howard, everybody that listens to this show, everybody,
Jackie's worried about himself.
they hear you, and it's so easy and flowing. Everybody thinks that it's easy.
Yeah.
I remember one time,
Larry King says it. He goes, I could do it. Well, do it.
I'm telling you, the one time you did this to me and you did this to Gorilla, you put us over there to be where you are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, after like 30 seconds, it's like,
a deer
it's
caught
hard,
in the
man.
Tom Chiusano once had the nerve to sit me down and start telling me what I should be doing. We had some ratings period about 3 years ago where my rating was down for 1 month.
And not a lot.
And not a lot, like a point.
Yeah.
I said, Tom, the chair's right over here, pal. Sit down, go do this, do the show. Do it.
Don't you remember? We did it.
Yeah.
We had Tom sit in that chair for about 10 minutes. It was,
10 minutes.
It seemed like 10 minutes.
It was 10 seconds. Same thing with my wife. Everybody's now an expert. I didn't like that particular bit. Oh, you didn't? Well, maybe. I wish you would have let me.
Substitute that with another one.
Yeah, well, I wish you would have let me know earlier. I would have just switched over to the other many bits I had planned for the day. Like it's easy or something. Sitting here racking my brain. Allison Stern, radio consultant. Mrs. Baba Boo. And I know my wife will hear the story about your wife and go, God, what an idiot she is. I mean, you know, what's wrong with her? You know? And then she hears Nancy Martling. She goes, oh, what's wrong with her?
I'm not like that.
Yeah. Nobody's like anybody else. Oofa. Yeah. Sorry, I can't be like Rush Limbaugh and talk about the president all day. You know, he wants us to pay more taxes. I don't want it. Fat slob. Know nothing. Simplistic jerk. You know. If we had a Republican, everything would be all right. We had one. We had Bush. You sucked.
Yeah, and he talked up Bush so much that Bush lost the election.
Yeah. Good job. Really what a good way to influence the election.
He did a real good job for him.
He took credit for getting Newt Gingrich in, but how about taking credit for losing Bush's office?
That's right. Yeah, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
We're on the air every day.
Right. I wish my wife would marry Rush Limbaugh. She would never have a reason to complain. He's a great guy.
It would be wonderful.
Never has girls up to the studio, unless to talk about President Clinton.
He doesn't have them even then.
Yeah.
Unless they call on the phone.
Right. All right, I got to take a break. Then you can slam my head into the wall. All right, we'll be back right after this.
I just think after, 20 years, it's kind of late to start complaining.
Yeah, now you're complaining? Well, Gary, don't you give me yeah. Your wife is a complete lunatic.
No, she's not.
No, she's about a year away from Creedmoor. I mean, really. I don't like when you talk about the girls you had sex with.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, what is she on?
This is who she married. Be embarrassed.
They
Be
put
embarrassed every moment.
They put an LSD in the water in Connecticut.
She's mad because I'm like the ape in Quest for Fire.
Yeah. Oh, tell her to get used to it. That's who she married.
Who she married.
You weren't just concealing it, were you?
I could have told her.
So I kept her away from you.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.